So welcome everybody. We're at law number 1, which is in page 1 in the book, in the full version of the book, which is never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel comfortably supreme. In your desire to please and impress them, do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite. Inspire fear and insecurity. Make your masters appear more brilliant than they are, and you'll attain the heights of power. Law number 1, never outshine the master. This is an interesting one. I've had 3 notable experiences in my life where I inadvertently did this. I outshone the master in one way, shape or form. First one was in the late 80s when I was working in the city, and I had a particular manager, a particular boss, and we didn't have a lot of rapport. We didn't really match our values that much, but then I didn't know how to do those kind of things in those days. And he kind of like had this position power, which he attempted to use on everybody that worked for him, not just me. I managed to get one up, actually. It's quite a story. You'll probably hear about it on one of my trainings sometime. And I thought, yes, I've got one up on this guy. And short-term win in that he really didn't like the fact that I'd managed to outshine him on the way that I did things. And so, you know, my career, that particular company started to slow down to the point where, in actual fact, I ended up leaving the company. Then I started working with another organization, running seminars. A great guy, really charismatic guy, leading the whole seminars. I just started to get into NLP at that point in time, and I wanted to introduce that into what we were doing. And one way or another, I ended up getting better results with our delegates, better results with our top clients than he was. And as a result, people started saying, let's do what David's doing rather than what this guy's doing. Or we much prefer David's approach to this guy. And, you know, you've got to be careful at this point in time because your ego can kick in and you go like, oh, very good. I'm doing better than so-and-so, you know, and he's the master and I'm doing better. At that point in time, you are lost, quite honestly, because what happened was that the master, in this particular instance, didn't like that. And so I was out. I still hadn't got this law. I'd not read this book at this point in time. Was not where you are as a result of listening to this particular thing. I did it again. I was working with a particular master, a real master, and you know, I got into NLP at this point in time, and I really wanted to model this person, and I did very well. And again, I created the same kind of results, and that, you know, people were saying, well, I much prefer David than I do to this person. I much prefer, and he's getting greater results. And you know, this isn't anything about, you know, you got to understand this. It's about perceptions. I wasn't as good as the master. It was just that some people preferred me. I had a different way about me, you know. But that was the feedback that was starting to come out, was that I was better and people preferred the way I was doing it. And that relationship, let's say, ended far sooner than I wished it would have done. And this is an important thing, I think, for those of you who are interested in NLP, and I think a lot of you who are in this app will be into NLP, is that one of the principal, if not the principal outcomes of NLP is modeling. And you're going to want to model a master. Why model anybody else? You want to model a master. And, you know, one of the things about NLP is that you'll be able to model that person, that master, and replicate their results in a really radical short period of time. You really got to, you know, keep that to yourself to a certain extent and keep your ego in check, because as soon as the master starts to see that you're a threat, then they're not going to want you around, and therefore you won't be able to model them anymore. Now, personally, when I've got somebody working with me and for my company, and they start creating really fantastic results, and I'm getting great feedback saying, wow, he's brilliant, he's even better than you at this and whatever, which I've had over the years, I actually go, cool, because that's good for the bigger game of transforming the planet and also building my business beyond David Shephard. And the thing you've got to realize is the majority of the people on the planet do not think that way. So be wary of this one. Never outshine the master. Keep your light a little bit down so that you get to spend the time with the masters that you want to be able to successfully model them. Rule number one, never outshine the master.